Kaizer Chiefs have signed Rushwin Dortley from Cape Town Spurs. And this signing is refreshing not because of what Dortley himself brings to Kaizer Chiefs, and we're going to talk about that, but there is also a slight information that people might be missing about this signing. In fact, about the other signing that Kaizer Chiefs has brought on. We're going to talk about the other players that Kaizer Chiefs are potentially looking at bringing on after Rushwin Dortley. Also going to talk about the Kaizer Chiefs friendly that they are playing against the Qatari champions. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club, right? Rushwin Dortley. Who is he? He's a 22-year-old who's currently playing for Cape Town Spurs. Well, guys, he's a Kaizer Chiefs player now. And what he played as at Cape Town Spurs was mostly as a centre-back. But he also did play as a left-back. If you look on his games from last season, he played 15 games as a centre-back. He played the other 8 games as a left-back. So he does vary where he plays. Sometimes he's just as good in both positions though. Now, he's a big boy. He's like 1.92 meters tall. So that is very tall. And he's not really that running up and down left back that you expect from the other left backs that you expect and know. But that does not mean he's not good on the ball. He's good on the ball. And what I like about modern football and the coaches that we brought on at Kaizer Chiefs is that they understand modern football. Their tactics, the way that they're applying themselves in using the players that they have, is that they understand what is needed by football currently. And one of the things is, if you're not going to use Dortley as an overlapping left back, he can just underlap or invert. Get into midfield, add numbers there, and you can be doing the overlapping with Frosler or Solomons on the right. Because we see this all the time. Look at Arsenal, how do they play their left back? He goes in if they're playing Zinchenko. If he's not going forward either, they can be playing a back three when we're attacking and everyone just adds numbers going forward. And in that way, you have Msimango, you have Utitlokwe, you have him at the back as a back three, and the others are going forward. But when we're defending, he goes back to being a left back, and then Frosler comes back, and then it's a back four. So there are multiple ways that you can use him, because also going forward, he's not bad either. He can do that. But for me, I would rather go with him adding and becoming in a back three or adding numbers in midfield. Either way, he can do it. It's up to the coaches, and I know that they will do the right thing with him. Now, the question that other people are asking is, Bilo, what is the significance of this signing that you talked about earlier on in this video? Well, I'll tell you that after you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, but Bilo, I've subscribed. Yeah, well, then like the video, please. And turn on the notifications so that you know when I drop the next video. The significance of Rushwin Dortley's signing is the fact that right now Chiefs have not announced the player. But who has announced the player? Cape Town Spurs. Why is this so significant? Because usually when players are signed by Kaizer Chiefs, there is that negativity surrounding them. Either the other team is complaining that, oh, you guys went behind us and you signed the player on a pre-contract agreement, whatever, you know. And this thing has been happening with Chiefs. But you look at Untuare coming to Kaizer Chiefs. It was with Tim Sugazi himself who talked and said that this guy is coming to Chiefs. Chiefs have not announced him. Yet the team that is releasing the player, not releasing but selling the player, has already announced. This tells me that Kaizer Chiefs has turned the corner in terms of how they approach business. They now respect business. They now respect the people that they are working with. They are doing business above the table. It's not like this underhanded thing going behind teams and doing all of these shady things that got us suspended by FIFA in the first place. But now we're doing everything by the book. And you have to love that, because people might just say, we signed the player, but look at who we're signing it from. They just announced it. It's fine. We're good. Which means everything happened just as well as the other club wanted. So good on you, Kaizer Chiefs. Now let's talk about the other people, because as I said, Dortley might not necessarily be coming in to play as a left back, right? Because he could also be competition to Titlokwe, because we were thin in that position. We did release Ungobo. Not release. His contract was not renewed. And also that unfortunate thing the horrible thing, not unfortunate, horrible thing that happened to Uluk Flus being shot. And there's also just, not much depth in our defense, because I heard a rumor that Ukwinika is being assessed, also him being the highest paid, reportedly being the highest paid player at Chiefs. So they might be also trying to plan long term for a centre back replacement for Ukwinika as well, which means we might still need a left back, because as much as Bongan Sam is there, he's the only one currently who's an out-and-out left back, because Ivino Dove is now being used more of a centre back, which means Chiefs still has kickoff reports that we know that Basatini is not for sale, but he's one player that they were looking at. His price is just too much for Chiefs. They're not going to pay that. Number 2, you have Bradley Cross. Now, Bradley Cross, he came, he trialed under Atazwane, but ended up leaving. But it wouldn't be the first time now, would it, for Kaizer Chiefs to let go of a player and then eventually bring him back? Same thing happened with Caleb. He was let go, then he ended up coming back. Bradley Cross, we've wanted him, ended up letting him go. Mtum Tanzane, go, come back. Shabalala, go, come back. Spear, that's who I'm talking about. Even Abum Tanzane was a Chiefs, ended up buying him back. So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up getting Bradley Cross, because he did have a good season with Swallow, with Arrows, and there were even links with him to Chiefs. And on top of that, not just that, he also got called up to Bafana. So we do have a limited number of left backs who are South Africans, because right now we know that the foreign quota Chiefs is exhausted. We can't go for Hussein Ada or Mohamed Hussein, the Tanzanian, because once again, we are full in our foreign quota. But those two people, Basatine and Cross obviously would be cheaper, because his market value is around 7 million, but to Basatine, not for sale, translates to something in the 20 million. So we have a player. Do you think we are good now in the left back position, knowing that there's also Mashiane, knowing that there's Dortley, and knowing that there is also Sam when it does eventually come back? And also now Chiefs have kind of done the whole thing of the left back, right, which was what Fapos reported. Guti, they wanted to sign a left back, they wanted to sign a goalkeeper. They've done both of those things. In fact, they've signed 2 left backs already, and now a striker. And one striker that they've been insisting on signing, or that has been linked with Chiefs consistently, is Ufisten Maele. And there are reports that the Pyramids say if they were to sell the player who's currently the top goal scorer in Egypt, they would want 30 million rands. Would Kaizer Chiefs pay that much? And I know I will say, would you pay 30 million rands for a 30-year-old? And people will say, why are you including age in this? We cannot include age, guys, because we know, Guti, people don't play forever. Like, equality might be there, but even Ronaldo, quality player in his prime, no one could mark him. But right now you can see that the things that he used to do at 35 is not doing at 39. And people are saying, he's playing forever. But is he playing for Real Madrid still? No. Even Madrid were able to sell him because they saw that age and the money they were going to get for him, they just chose to pick money. So if the best athletes in the world fall off eventually because of age, then why are we going to say Fiston Maele is worth 30 million rands? Chiefs did something interesting today. They posted that they are playing their 3rd friendly. And I responded to the tweet and I was like, yes, you are playing against the Al-Qatari champions, but why are you telling this? Why are you telling us that you are playing a 3rd friendly? Because you have not even communicated that you have played 2 other friendlies. Because now it's like, why are you not telling us about the other friendlies? Have you lost the other friendlies? Because to me, personally, I feel like you should just let it be, man. Just play all the friendlies behind closed doors, behind all this pressure. Look at what's happening right now. Pirates played their first game. It wasn't that great. Their fans were having a meltdown because they were like, oh no, we did not perform that well. Sack the coach. This is not good enough. It's a friendly. It's a preseason warm-up. And people are putting so much pressure on this. And I feel like Chiefs should just do that. Focus on making sure that the team is fit. Like for the first time, I see Khosi Ngobo on shape. Like I haven't seen that boy on shape for the past 5-6 years. And now he is. Now he is. And you see that Chiefs is working on things, but people will see the smallest fault and they will start being critical. So I wouldn't want the team to be under that unnecessary pressure. And I don't understand why they chose to say, hey, let's tell them that we're having a friendly. But what do you think about all of this? Rushwin Dortley coming to Kaizer Chiefs and everything that I talked about. Do let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, Khosi, I'll